What's up, traders? So today I'm going to show you how you can trade Palantir to bring in several $1,000s per month. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name is Rashad. I am a full-time options trader, and I bring in multiple six figures a year from the stock market, and I use the money I make from the stock market in order to pay for my entire lifestyle. Now, before we begin, make sure that you hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel. And do remember that I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. All trading comes with risk. I'm just showing you how I've built wealth over time. Now, before we get started, I want to give a huge shout out to some of the members of the Trader Freedom community. Within this community, we use different option strategies to bring in income anywhere from every single day for our day traders, all the way up to monthly income strategies for our more busy individuals. But every single day, we like to post our wins and our lessons. And we can see just yesterday, Frankie, who is part of our Zero DTE community, he's a day trader. He posted that he made $1,140, and he's been absolutely killing it. I think he makes somewhere around that ballpark nearly every single day. And then my guy Leho brought in $275 as well. And then another member said made a touch over $300. It would have been a touch over $500 if I hadn't fumbled one of my stop losses. I set it too tight, so I got kicked out of the trade, which dragged on the day's earnings. And I simply said, like I always say, a win is a win. Congrats, man. Because one thing I'll never complain about is making profit. But if you know anybody that you think could benefit from learning how to better generate income off the cash that they already have, then tell them about the Trader Freedom community. The link is in the description below. We have strategies all the way from zero DTE for our day traders, all the way up to monthly income. So tell them about the community. The link is in the description below. But now let's discuss Palantir. So Palantir is essentially a software as a service type of business. They build and develop different AI-powered softwares that typically appeal to large government agencies and large corporations. And they've garnered a lot of attention in the options trading world because their company has been growing rapidly over the last year or so. So let's take a deeper dive. All right, so here we're looking at Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR. We can see it closed the day at $93.99 yesterday. However, it is up over 5% pre-market and is currently at $99. And the company is currently valued at $220 billion. And they do have an upcoming earnings on May 5th. But if we take a look up here, their PE ratio is 756. And that number is wild. This stock is very much overvalued. And me as a fundamental investor, I would never purchase shares of this stock as just a buy and hold. However, as a trader, there are certain data points that we can look at in order to give us a high probability of making money off of this stock. Now, Palantir has been experiencing some pretty rapid growth, and they've nearly tripled their revenue over the last 5 years. So we can see the year ending December of 2020, they did about $1 billion in sales. 2021, 1.5 billion, 2022, 1.9 billion, 2023, 2.2 billion, and then 2024, 2.8 billion. So that's pretty impressive, but what's even more impressive is they've been growing their bottom line even faster. So in the year ending December of 2020, they lost 1.1 billion, and then 2021, they lost $500 million. In 2022, they lost 373 million. Year 2023, they made 209 million. And then the year ending 2024, they made 462 million. Both numbers have been growing rapidly, and their net income is now on the right side of the field. And that is part of the reason they have such a high PE ratio, is because they've been growing so rapidly. Now, as far as analysts go, there's about 20 analysts that are currently covering the stock, and they currently have it as a hold, which is likely due to its current high valuation. However, if we look at their price targets, analysts have it as a high target of 125, they have it as a mean target of $84, and then a low target of $18. And so those are pretty wide ranges. So obviously analysts' opinions about this stock differ a little bit. However, we want to focus on all analysts as a group, so we'll pay attention to that $84 mean target price. Now, if we look at the price movements over the last year, we can see it's been in for quite the ride. So at the lows, which was around May 10th of last year, it got as low as $20. And then recently it got as high as $125 just on February 19th, just 2 short months ago. And then due to reports that DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, was going to be cutting back on defensive spending, that hit Palantir very hard. And so from February 19th to, let's see, about April 7th, just a few weeks ago, the price was literally cut in half. And then since then, it's gone from the $66 to now currently at $100. So Palantir is a very, very, very volatile stock. But now that we have that information, let's look at how we can potentially do the will strategy on Palantir to bring in several $1,000s per month. Now, first things first, what is the will strategy? Now, if you're new to options, I'm going to explain everything now. However, if you're already familiar with the option strategies, make sure you stay to the end because I'm going to show you a better and more effective way to go about it. All right, so with the will strategy, the first thing you want to do is sell a put. And when you sell a put, you are agreeing to buy a stock at a cheaper price. And for selling a put, you receive money. And then once you buy the shares, you can turn around and sell a covered call. And with a covered call, you are just agreeing to sell a stock at a specific price. And when you sell covered calls, you collect money as well. And then once you've sold the shares, you have completed the will strategy. But that's why it's called the will strategy, because you can just continue to do those steps over and over and over again. But let me break down selling puts and selling covered calls a little bit more. So when you sell a put, there are two main objectives. And it's one, to generate income, or two, to buy the underlying stock at a cheaper price. So when you sell puts, you either one, want to make money, of course, and or two, you want to buy the stock at a cheaper price. And selling puts is literally like selling insurance for stocks. And here's what I mean. Let's say I have ABC stock that is currently trading at $100 and I like the company and I want to purchase the shares. So I could potentially sell a put at, let's say, $90. And as I'm selling a put, I'm essentially saying to the buyer, hey, I will buy your shares of ABC stock that are currently trading at $100 and I will buy them from you if the stock crashes below $90. However, for doing so, you have to pay me, let's say, $200 right here, right now. And this contract is only good for the next 30 days. And from there, two things can happen. Let's say ABC stock stays above $90, then we just keep the $200 we were paid and we go about our day, and we can do that trade over and over and over and over again. However, scenario number two is if ABC stock drops below $90, then we still need to purchase the shares of ABC stock at the $90 that we agreed upon. However, we still keep that $200 that we received. And so as a put seller, you are essentially selling insurance for the stock. And just like with your car insurance that you pay every single month, the insurance company keeps the premium that you pay them whether you get into a car accident or you don't. And so here's a quick example of selling a put with a real stock. So let's say Apple stock is currently trading for about $220. And let's say you're interested in buying Apple stock at a cheaper price. Then what we could do is we could sell a put, let's say at $200, and that would be our strike price. And we could select an expiration that is 30 days out. And for selling this put, we would receive $150 immediately right here, right now. And so if we look at this profit and loss chart over here, so Apple stock is currently $220. If the stock price were to go up, then we just keep the $150 we received. If the stock price stays the same, then we just keep the $150 that we received. If the stock price goes down some, we still keep the $150 we received. However, if the stock price dropped below our $200 strike, then we will be forced to buy 100 shares of the company per contract that we have. And that's literally how selling puts works. However, now let's go and take a look at the few data points that I look at prior to selling puts. And the first thing I want to look at are the Bollinger Bands. So the Bollinger Bands are these black lines here, but they simply aim to show you the range that a stock price is expected to trade within. And so the middle line is the 20-day moving average, and the top line is 2 standard deviations above that, and the bottom line is 2 standard deviations below that. And so 95% of the time, the stock trades within the Bollinger Band area. And during the times where it pops out of the Bollinger Band, you can typically see it pop back into the Bollinger Band within a few days. All right, so you can see we popped out, then pop back in, pop out for a few days, pop back in. And then that same pattern just continues on and on and on. But we can see here with today's big green day that it has popped outside of the Bollinger Band to the top area. But we can see, generally speaking, that Palantir's current trading range is anywhere between $77 and $100. And when starting the will strategy, I prefer for the stock price to be at the bottom area of the Bollinger range. And obviously, currently, this stock is not. However, let's go ahead and look at the second data point. All right, so now we are looking at the expected move. Now, the expected move is just the move that the options market has priced in for the stock per a specific expiration date. And so since we're looking for monthly income, I'll select the expiration date that is about 30 days out from now. And if we take a look at this column here, the expected move is currently $20.66. So let's just say $20 to make it easy. And that would currently put us at an upper price of $121 and a lower price of $80. But since I'm doing the will strategy and we need to start off with selling the puts first, I will be paying attention to this $80 mark. But now we have the information that we need to head on over to Thinkorswim and possibly place a trade. But if you'd like to get access to this software that I've been using, I've had a lot of viewers commenting and asking about it. The link is below in the description. I use bar chart, but if you use the link below, you'll get a free 30 days. And I pretty much use bar chart to search for great trades and to look at different stock data. They have one of the most advanced screeners online and a ton of information all on one site. So definitely go ahead and check it out. The link is below in the description. All right, so now we're in Thinkorswim and I have Palantir pulled up and we said we were going to do the expiration that is about 30 days out from now. So I'll go ahead and select that. And now the last data point that I want to look at is the delta. So the delta is this column here, but the delta just aims to show you how much an options premium will move per a $1 move in the underlying stock's price. So if we were to look at a delta of 0.10, which is currently this $72 strike here, that is saying that the options premium will move 10 cents per a $1 move in Palantir's stock price. However, most successful traders that I know use delta as the probability of an event occurring. So I look at this and say, okay, there was about a 10% chance that Palantir's stock price, which is currently $101, drops down to $72 by this expiration date. And so for me personally, I like to stick to deltas of 0.20 or lower. However, when I had a smaller account, I would go up to 0.30 because just naturally, people with smaller accounts typically have to take on a little bit more risk than people with larger accounts. All right, so if we look here, the 0.20 delta is at the strike of $84. However, the expected move had me all the way down to $80. So I don't want to go above that. So I'm going to come down here to this $79 strike, which is a delta of 0.15. And looking at the premiums, I'll be paid anywhere between $232 and $271 for selling these puts right here, right now. So let's go ahead and click it. We can just select the bid price and it'll bring up the sell order for us. And then here you can just select the amount of contracts that you want to do. And let's say we plan on doing about 5 contracts per week. Now we can either do 1 contract per day or we can do 5 contracts all at one time. That will be totally up to you. But for the purposes of this video, I'll go ahead and select 5, and then the rest of the trade is already uploaded for us. Now we need to select our premium, and at the mid price is at $2.62. So we'll go ahead and select that. And if you're ready, you would go ahead and hit review and place the trade. But let's head on down and look at the profit and loss chart. All right, so these green dots here are where Palantir's stock price is currently at $100 and now $2, and we sold puts at $79. So if we pay attention to this number up here, we can see that if the stock price just stays exactly where it's at, we just keep the $1,310 we received. We can see if the stock price goes up, we just keep the $1,310 we received. We can see if the stock price goes down some, we keep the $1,310 we received. However, if the stock price does start to go below $79, then we will make less and less and less. And then our break even point is right around $76. And it is at that point that if the stock price keeps going lower, then the trade starts to become a losing trade. However, if you are fine with purchasing the shares at the strike price that you set, then you are fine with that. Because I typically only sell puts on stocks that I would like to own at the price that I would like to own them at. However, if you do not want to be assigned the shares, then you can simply put in a stop loss right after placing the trade. And typically I would set my stop loss to about 3x the premium received. But that looks good on the put side. And if we were to make similar trades every single week, then $1,310 multiplied by 4 will get us to $5,240 received. Now, I typically exit a trade when I get anywhere between 50 and 80% profit. So my take home numbers would be a little bit less than that, but this is just the put side. And typically you can make even more once you are actually assigned the shares. So now let's look at potentially selling covered calls. And so the objective with covered calls is to generate income and profit from a stock that you already own. And that is the reason it's called a covered call, is because you already own the shares of the company. So when you go to sell a call, it is covered by the shares that you own. And here's a quick example using Apple again. So let's say we own 100 shares of Apple at the $165 mark. That's the price that we paid for the shares. So that is our cost basis. Well, now we could turn around and sell a covered call, let's say for this example, at $185. And we'll still do it for 30 days out, and we received $200 for doing so. Well, if we look over here at the profit and loss chart, this is how this works. If Apple stock goes down, you keep that $200 that you received. If Apple stock stays at around $165, you keep that $200 you received. If Apple stock goes up some, all the way up to $185, you just keep that $200 you received. However, if Apple goes above $185, then you still keep the $200 that you received. However, now you are forced to sell your shares at that $185 mark that you agreed upon. But here's the great thing about covered calls, is not only do you get to keep that $200 option premium that you received, but you also get the capital appreciation of the stock. So we bought the shares of Apple at $165. And if it goes above $185, then you still get to collect that $20 price appreciation on top of the premium that you received. However, now you cap your capital appreciation at whatever strike that you selected because you agreed to sell the shares at that price. And so let's go ahead and take a look at a covered call. All right, so now we're back in the options chain of Palantir, and now we have to assume that we were assigned the shares and now we own the shares of the company. And for this assumption, let's say that we were assigned the shares at $105 and now the stock is currently trading at $102. Well, I personally like to sell covered calls around my cost basis. So I will come over here to the call side and I will scroll down and I would probably sell covered calls right at $105. And we could see for doing so, I would get paid anywhere between $905 to $940 per contract. But let's assume that you want to give the stock some room to move up a little bit more. So let's say you want to sell a covered call at the $110 mark. And that is the price that you would be fine with selling the shares at. Well, we can see that the premiums for this strike is anywhere between $710 to $735. So if I wanted to go ahead and sell the covered call, I would go ahead and click the bid price again, and then everything is set up, and I'll go ahead and select my contract amount, and we'll set it to 5. But you can do 1 contract per 100 shares of the company that you own. And we can see that the mid price is currently about $720, so we'll set that there. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the P&L chart. All right, so we can see here the stock price is currently around $102, and we set our cover call at $110. As the stock price slowly increases, not only do we get the premium from the contract that we sold, but we also get the capital appreciation of the stock up to $110. And we can see that that is where our gains are capped. However, from that trade, we would make about $3,575. And that is the power of the wheel strategy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you know anybody that can benefit from learning how to generate income from the cash that they already have, then please tell them about the Trade to Freedom community. The link is in the description below. We have 0 DTE strategies for our day traders, all the way up to monthly income strategies for our more busy individuals, like employees, professionals, business owners, and retirees. But that's it for this video. You have a blessed day, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace!